saying I'm going to go live and do this. So if you want to, add ideas, now's your chance. You can also join the Discord. There's an entire channel in the Discord dedicated to adding requests. So feel free to just share your request in chat. And again, once again, sorry for the stuttering in the stream tonight. I hope I can make sure that doesn't happen going forward. Especially now that I've been on Twitch and have some people. So yeah, there's always room for new recommendations. I'm always taking requests. As an artist, I 100% like to make other people happy. I made a joke earlier today that I draw so that people will love me, and that's not entirely untrue. So, feel free to throw it in the chat or join the Discord and put it in the Discord. Bring you over here. If anyone is curious, I am using Adobe Fresco as the art app that I am drawing in. I really like Adobe Fresco over other apps that are similar because it lets me do... it's probably not your internet. It's probably on my end. I've been having a lot of issues tonight. I like Adobe Fresco over other apps, similar competing apps, because it lets me do vector and raster in the same image. And it also lets me do some animation stuff with multiple layer animation that a lot of other apps have limited. I wonder what a gummy bear frustrated because of bad internet connection. I will add it to the wheel. I may put up more art in Discord. Definitely do. I highly encourage anybody who is interested, feel free. There is a command for the chat bot to share the Discord. I think it is !Discord. And it should give you the Discord information. Hopefully the bot is working. The bot might not be working in Twitch. I just realized that. I'll have to check that out. It might not be connected to Twitch. It might only be connected to YouTube. On the Discord, we have a channel specifically for sharing art. And that is anybody's art who wants to share, not just my own. So feel free to join us on the Discord. Build a little community of nerdy, geeky people. The rules are pretty straightforward. Basically, don't be a jerk. And as long as you can abide by those rules, we'll get along fine. The other rule is that most of the Discord is PG-13, but there is a section where you have to have adult verification, and that section is rated R. So come join us, hang out. Share your art if you're also an artist. Or if you know some artists, you can definitely link to some artists that you know that you think we should check out. I'm always looking to find new creators to check out and talk to and hang with. And I love seeing other people's stuff. I'm one of those people. I like to encourage everybody who wants to create. Like, there's no reason not to in my book. I'm also a person who's like, you don't have to have an audience to make something. It comes up every once in a while because I don't have like the biggest audience myself, and so sometimes people will ask me about that, and I'm always like, nah, just let yourself have fun. That hand is bad. This is a bad hand. So we're going to redraw it. I think I'm just going to keep it simple. Keep it simple. Yeah, I love meeting new artists. I have some digital art from the 90s so bad. I wish I still had. I'm using Adobe Fresco is the drawing app I'm using on the iPad. I wish I still had some of my digital art from the 90s. None of it's any good, or none of it was any good. But I made a lot of it. So Adobe Fresco is available for the iPad and Windows. It's not available on Mac OS. And it's not available on Android. But it's a pretty good program. And one of the reasons I really like Adobe Fresco over, say, something like Procreate is that it has vector drawing tools and roster drawing tools in the same system. Like, you can use them interchangeably. And another really big thing that Fresco has over other tools is is it free? Yes, it is. 100%. It used to be $10 a year to get all of the brushes. The program itself was free, but it has all of the Kyle Webster brushes. That used to be $10 a year, but literally like a week ago, Adobe opened it up to being completely free 100% of the time. It is the files. Here's another good thing about it. The file format that Fresco uses is actually a PSD file. It's a Photoshop file. So you can export the files from the Creative Cloud and open them in any program that will open a Photoshop file. So like if you wanted to use GIMP or Krita as free tools on your computer. My PC monitor broke. Now I can't draw on my PC anymore using a tablet now. So again, it does not, as long as you have an iPad, you're fine. It does not have an Android version. And I was a hardcore Android person. I still am, if I'm being honest. And I spent a long time trying to find a good drawing app for Android and never really found one. So if you're on Android, I'm not entirely sure what the best solution will be for you. Um, but it does, like I said, Fresco works on the iPad, on PC, and it's interchangeable on those devices. And everything goes into your Creative Cloud account, which can suck if you have a very limited space on your Creative Cloud account. Which I do. But again, what I do is I will, after I get done with a file, I will download it from Creative Cloud onto my external hard drive. And if I need to work on it in Fresco again, I will just re-upload it. And otherwise, I will probably work primarily with it in Affinity Photo. I'm a big fan. I started using the Affinity suite in September, and I am a really big fan of it as far as desktop software goes. And one of the things that I really like about Affinity, one of the reasons I can recommend it to people, is Affinity Photo is also, it's not free, but it's a one-time payment. The entire suite is $170 for a lifetime, but there's a 6-month free trial right now. There's one problem, is only good at drawing on PC using mouse. It's more precise. I understand that too. That's why I switch back and forth a lot. Before I started, so I started drawing on an iPad back in like February, because I had a similar situation. My laptop kind of crapped out on me. And so I went and got the cheapest possible art solution, was picking up a laptop deal at the local Walmart. Like, it was super cheap to get it going. So that's why I picked it up. That's why I went the route I did. From there, though, I started I actually have had like a Huion tablet for a long time. So I'm not completely new to drawing with a stylus, but I actually do still mostly prefer working, like I worked in Illustrator. I always like vector art. What pen are you using to draw in digital? I am literally using an Apple Pencil. It is just an Apple Pencil with a skin on it. You know, it's nothing special. It's not even the Apple Pencil Pro. It's just an Apple Pencil. So that's what I'm using. And again, before I did this, I had a Huion canvas, and I loved my Huion tablet, and it's a good tablet. Like, if you're using a PC and you want a good tablet, a good stylus to work with, Huion's a great company. They're cheaper than like Wacom. XP Pen, I also owned an XP Pen for a long time, and though it's not as good as Huion, it is still a good place to start for very low cost. I can definitely recommend XP Pen also. But really, the Apple Pencil experience in Fresco is as good as any experience I had drawing with that stylus in any other app. So I'm perfectly content to keep using my Apple Pencil. Cool. And there are a ton of tutorials and review videos and stuff on YouTube. So definitely check it out. But I always work in vector. I like nice, smooth, beautiful, clean lines. It's just how I am. I'm going to hell. This is so bad. Okay, so here's our flatted in colors. I'm going to add some shading. It is almost 5:30. I usually end the stream at about 5:30. But I will be back on Monday at 4 p.m. Central Time. And as long as I can keep it working, I'll try restream again. I'll make sure to try and see if I can do both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. And unless I really do start to have way too many problems, it's a cat of nine tails that has folding chairs as the tips instead of little claws. You walked into chaos, my friend. You came to chaos night. So yeah, John Cenobite is John Cena Cenobite. He is holding a cat of nine tails with folding chairs. Because we're awesome on this stream. Again, I get to wash my hands of this. Oh, I froze up this is one thing. So here is one thing to be aware of if you're using Fresco. If you are using the cheapest possible laptop, the cheapest possible iPad, this only happens on the older, cheaper iPads. I know a lot of people who use this program and never have this issue. I work in very large file sizes. So at times, the file sizes, if they're too big and you've got too many layers, you'll freeze up and you'll just have to save, exit out, and exit back come back into the image. If anyone's wondering what I'm doing, I'm painting in an 80% gray, and then I'll just switch that layer to multiply, and that's how I do my shadows. Oh, I forgot to put color in these hooks. You know what? Gray will work, so I don't even have to change color. There we go. And that's how I do my shading. I like very simple, basic cell shading. So yeah, we've got John Cenobite. Wiener Dog, Hellraiser Wiener Dog is still on the wheel. And like I said, nothing comes off the wheel until it's drawn. So if you have an idea and you want to put it on the wheel, it'll stay on the wheel until it gets drawn. And I can't tell you exactly when that will happen because the wheel weaves as the wheel wills. So if you are new to shading, if you really want to practice shading, the exercise that I did that has helped me the most, and I am far from an expert, I'm still kind of developing a lot of these skills. The thing that I did that helped me with shading the most was the organic grid. So like you draw a shape and then you literally like make a grid on it that kind of helps you figure out how the shape is and then just hash in some shading. I do that in my sketchbook whenever I have free time. I'll just draw a ton of shapes and then just shade them in and play with that and get a feel for it. Honestly, that's probably the best exercise I've had to help me develop my ability to look at a 2D object and find the 3D in it. And like I said, I'm far from an expert. I'm not perfect, but it's helped me. If you check out my Instagram.com/Taco Viking Studios and go back through the last year, I have done 302 daily zombies this last year. I've done a zombie illustration every day for the last 392 days, I guess, or 302 days. And you can actually see the evolution of my shading skills as I went through the challenge, because it was one of the things I was like, I want to get better at this. And though I feel like I still have a long way to go, I definitely can see the improvement. So that's how I've been practicing that. And just as far as like general getting better at a bunch of things, as tedious and horrible as it is, and you will quit and come back to it several times if you start, I gotta recommend Draw a Box. I have drawn my 100 boxes. And I will probably have to draw several hundred more before I feel comfortable with my ability to just draw a box on command. But it also makes a really good warm-up, just having that there. So I'm just going to finish up shading this guy and then probably call the stream, because it's after 5:30, and I am supposed to call the stream at 5:30. I wonder why my drawings in school is more good when I'm bored. It's possible that I can't answer that for you for certain, but I can tell you from my perspective, when I relax and just let my mind go as I'm drawing and don't think about things too much, my overall body loosens up. I'm looser and more warmed up, and so the art just flows a little easier. I think, and so if when you plan things out, things go bad, it's very possible that what you're doing is you're psyching yourself out. So you're overthinking probably, and it's a hard balance to find, because the skill of how to think when you draw is a really important skill, and one that, like, the benefit of formal art classes, which I did not have, but the real benefit of formal art classes is they teach you that skill, because it is a skill, but it's not just like knowing the information, it's how to remember and apply the information without getting in your own way. Because you do need to be kind of loose and just relax when you draw and not give yourself too hard of a time. And that's, I think, one of the reasons that Drawbox is such a good program, why so many people recommend it, is because it is, like, the entire program is using repetition and those exercises that formal art classes will give you to get you to develop that mindset of feeling the ability to think and draw at the same time without getting in your own way. And again, it's a skill that you'll probably be practicing your whole life. I draw upwards of 16 hours a day, at least 5 days a week, if not more. And I am constantly still struggling with a lot of this stuff. So it's not like, you also have to give yourself grace there. Okay. So I think I am going to call this John Cena bite. I think one thing I'm going to do, haven't done this in a while because I don't always need to, but I've got a little bit of haloing, so I'm just going to clean that up by basically filling in a background of black, clean up that haloing, just make sure there's nice, solid, heavy lines. But I think I'm going to call this John Cena bite. What do you guys think? Did it turn out the way we were looking for? We did 2 illustrations tonight, which is basically what I normally get done on a stream, about 2. So we got John Cena bite, And in a completely different direction of art, Skunk Love. So these two are no longer on the wheel. I think Cenobite is done. I think so too. These two are no longer on the wheel. As of right now, the things that are on the wheel are Bird Nerd, Fart Monster, Freebie, Hellraiser Wiener Dog, Porcupine Biker, Turtles, Just Turtles, Dave and Bambi, and Smiley. I am going to probably call it a night here in just a second. I can't see it. Ah! You can't see it. It's too fast. So if you want to add something to the list real fast, go ahead and type it into the chat. Otherwise, feel free to join us on Discord. You can get the Discord link. I'll share it here. Join us over on Discord. There's an entire channel on the Discord dedicated to suggestions. Or you can follow me on the socials. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Blue Sky, Threads, all that stuff. Make sure if you're new around here, if this is your first time on the stream, make sure to subscribe or give me a follow. If you're over on Twitch, give me a follow. If you're hanging out on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4 p.m. Central. I spend about 90 minutes doing art. For the most part, doing this, spinning the wheel and drawing what you guys want me to draw. And then even when I'm not doing that, it's usually recommendations from you guys, brainstorming for the Patreon exclusives, things like that. The images spinning below me, sliding below my head on the stream, are the Patreon sticker pack for the month and the art print. You can learn more about that at patreon.com/Taco Viking Studios. Thank you guys for hanging out. It was so nice to see some new faces, some new people. I hope you will come and hang out with me again next week. And look for a chance that we might have a back alley rated R stream at some point in the near future. Something less PG-13 and more, well, I don't want to say mature, but have to be legally old enough to watch it. You know, something a little crazy. What time is it at my place? It is 5:40 right now. It is 5:40 p.m. So I've been streaming for an hour and a half. It is night, 5:40 p.m. Yep. 1740. I use military time, so I usually have to translate that to the normal time for other people. Yeah, it is evening. The sun has been going down while I was streaming, and I'm hoping I'm not too dark because I was using sunlight outside, but it has gotten dark now. Thank you for coming and hanging out. I will be back. Do the things. Give me a like. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you all again. Until next time, remember,